KSSK Radio. I don't know if you've been following what's happening. Our legislature, for some reason, I have this thing. I love our legislators. I really do. They are the nicest people one-on-one. But they get together and they make these weird decisions. Like, I know how we're going to get ourselves out of this ridiculous pandemic hole that the states, we're going to raise taxes on it. People don't have any money to pay the taxes. What a great idea, right? Our friend comes through for us when we need him most to explain things. Keli'i Akina. Dr. Akina is the president of the Grassroots Institute of Hawaii. It's the think tank that actually does a lot of great thinking. And Keli'i, welcome to us this morning.
Well, good morning, Michael. You're too kind. Aloha to you and all the listeners.
It's on National Doctors Day. I guess we should be talking about all of the taxes that are going to get raised, and we'll have fewer doctors. So, look, we thought this tax bill had just sort of died a well-deserved death in the legislature, but it looks like they took all the dead parts, and they're doing a kind of a Frankenstein thing on them, and they're about to electrify the monster. What is going on at the Square Building?
Well, our lawmakers were embarrassed enough to kill SB56, which was a doozy. It would have raised Hawaii's income taxes, conveyance taxes, capital gains taxes, corporate income taxes, and repeal a number of general excise tax exemptions on businesses. The good news is that bill is dead. But lawmakers took pieces of that bill and stitched them together to form another bill called HB58. We call it a Frankenstein bill since they're stitching together bills that create a new one, and it is very much alive.
What are they thinking? There's a little transparency that has to happen here, and nobody likes this. You don't raise taxes at a time like this.
Well, Michael, there's no transparency here. The public has been caught off guard. It bypasses the legislative process. It's a form of ramming bad ideas through the system before the end of session. And if you blinked and thought that the other bill was dead, you blinked too long, because it's very much alive, or many parts of it are very much alive.
Okay. The Frankenbill will only affect, say, some of these legislators. This is only the wealthy and the businesses, like Robin Hood. We're going to take from the rich, give to the poor. Is that going to work?
Well, that's the problem. That never works. Businesses and those individuals who create wealth are the ones who generate the jobs and the tax dollars that the middle class and the poor desperately need. And if we keep raising taxes on the class that builds our economy, many businesses and individuals with wealth will either leave the state, like doctors, or move their money out of the state. And this will damage our economic recovery at a time we can't afford to do that. It's also going to ultimately reduce tax revenues, cutting off state services that many residents rely upon. So this Robin Hood mentality just doesn't work.
Okay. It never works. Like you said, it never, ever works. You can't raise taxes on people who don't have the money to pay it. Even the people that do have the money to pay it aren't going to pay it for long. They're going to go someplace where they don't have to pay it. It's people vote with their feet, and we're going to lose even more. The idea that we would raise taxes on the very income bracket that doctors fall into when we're, 1,000? Are we 1,000 doctors short?
We have more than $1,000 doctor shortage in the state, especially on the neighbor islands where you can't find a specialist at all.
It's National Doctors Day today. It's ironic that today is the day that we're going to make this a terrible state for a doctor to even consider working in on National Doctors Day. All right. Do you have a solution? What should the legislature be doing instead of this Frankenstein bill?
Well, Michael, it's very simple. Read my lips. No new taxes. Lawmakers should not pass any new tax increases. That's simple. Instead, we should focus on getting our economy back and running again by safely reducing barriers to travel so the economy can take off. Make Hawaii attractive for businesses and let Hawaii work. A growing economy is what Hawaii residents need, both rich and poor.
We need jobs. We need the jobs to come back. Our unemployment level is way too high. We got to do that, and they always have the wrong solution at the legislature. That's just so bad. Is there any? There's a public testimony thing happening. When is that? Tomorrow? Today? When?
Taking place today, and maybe this will all die out by tomorrow if people contact their legislators. Michael, thank you for posting our David Swan cartoon from the Grassroots Institute, and people can get that on your website. It really tells the story in a simple picture.
David Swan is my favorite cartoonist locally. We do have a local cartoonist. I know the newspaper doesn't have one, but you do. Grassroots Institute got a hold of David Swan. He used to do the Star Bulletin cartoons for a long, long time. I just love the way he draws, and the idea. He's got a little Frankenstein thing going on here, and you'll love it. You can get those at Grassroots Institute. The grassrootsinstitute.org is their website, or at ksskaradio.com. Dr. Akina, you are one of the smartest people I know. I wish everybody in the Square Building would take what you just said to heart.
Mike, thank you. You're the most trusted voice in radio, and I want to say aloha to the posse this morning. Keep it up.
Got it. Thanks, Keli'i.